You ever wonder why life is just full of challenges? I mean, from the little things that get under your skin to the really big, life-changing hardships, it can feel like we're constantly being pushed to our limits. But in Islam, none of this is random. It's actually a core part of being human. And if you can understand it, it completely changes how you face everything. So, let's dive into this divine wisdom together. Now, this isn't just some verse from the Quran. This is a divine promise. The language here is incredibly strong. It's emphatic. It's not a question of if you'll be tested, but when. And notice it says you all. That means nobody gets a free pass. The young, the old, the rich, the poor, even the prophets, peace be upon them. Everyone faces tests. So here's what we're going to cover in this explainer. We'll look at why these tests are totally inevitable. Then we'll explore how to respond to them. We'll break down the 5 main types of tests you'll face, really get into what true patience means, and finally, discover how to flip the script and see every hardship as a hidden opportunity. All right, so if these tests are guaranteed, you might be asking, why does Allah even tell us about them beforehand? Isn't that just going to make us worry? Well, actually, it's the complete opposite. It's an act of profound mercy. See, the Quran uses language that means when, not if. It's a dead certainty. It's just a matter of time. And the reason for that isn't to create fear, it's to help us get ready. When you know something's on the horizon, you can prepare yourself for it. It's kind of like this. Picture your teacher giving a pop quiz. Total panic, right? But what if that same teacher told you, hey, there's a big exam next week. You'd study, you'd prepare. Allah and His ultimate wisdom is giving us the curriculum for life's tests, so we can prepare our hearts and minds, not so we freak out when they show up. Okay, so the test arrives. Now what? The real measure here isn't the test itself, it's how we react to it. Spiritually speaking, there are basically 4 different levels of how a person can respond to any hardship. At the very bottom, you've got displeasure, complaining, asking my me. The next level up is patience, which is actually a required act of worship. Even higher is contentment, where you're okay with it because you know it's from Allah. But the absolute highest level, the pinnacle, is Shukr, active, sincere gratitude for the calamity itself. But wait, gratitude? How is that even possible when something terrible happens? Well, let me tell you the incredible story of Urwa ibn al-Zubair. He was on a journey, and he got this horrible infection. The doctors had no choice but to amputate his leg. And in that exact same moment, he gets the news that his son was tragically killed. I mean, listen to his response. Instead of collapsing in grief, he immediately reframed the whole thing. He didn't focus on what he lost. He focused on what he still had. He literally thanked Allah for the 3 limbs that were left and for the 6 sons who were still alive. He saw his blessings in the middle of his loss. That is the highest state of response. Okay, so what kind of tests are we talking about? Well, the Quran actually gives us a framework, categorizing pretty much every trial we could ever face into 5 fundamental types. So, these are basically the big 5. First up, you have fear and anxiety, that worry about the future, the unknown. Then there's hunger or poverty. We're also tested with loss of wealth, right? A bad investment, losing your job. Then there's one of the hardest ones, the loss of life, losing people we love. And finally, a loss of provision, your business failing, your crops dying. These 5 pretty much cover the whole spectrum of worldly challenges. So how do you handle all this? The key, the ultimate tool in the believer's toolkit, is patience, or sabr. But what does that word really mean? Well, the Quran gives us a very precise, very powerful definition. And this is so cool. The actual Arabic word for a calamity is musibah. It comes from a root word that means to hit a target. Now, that's not just a language lesson, it's a huge shift in perspective. It means that our tests aren't random accidents. They are perfectly aimed, precisely decreed for us. What hit you was never, ever meant to miss you. And what missed you was never meant to hit you. And the go-to phrase for patience, the one we all know, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, actually explains it perfectly. It's 2 parts. The first part, we belong to Allah, is a reminder that we are His. The owner can do what He wants, and He does it with perfect wisdom. The second part, and to Him we shall return, switches our focus to the future, to the amazing reward that's waiting for us. It gives us that ultimate hope. All right, this brings us to our final point, and honestly, it's a real game changer. A believer is taught to see a calamity not just as a problem to be survived, but as something else entirely. This right here,
This is the ultimate mindset shift. Every single hardship that comes your way is a chance to level up spiritually. It's an invitation to earn the rank of the patient. And that's why, for a believer, a loss in this world is never just a loss. It's always a potential spiritual gain. And if that wasn't enough, the Quran promises 3 very specific rewards for being patient. First, Allah sends His salawats. He praises you by name among the highest angels. Second, His rahmah, or mercy, comes down, which might even mean the problem gets taken away. And third, you're stamped as being one of al-muhtadun, the truly guided.
But the biggest reward of all? That's saved for the Day of Judgment. The Quran tells us the reward for the patient is just unlimited. It's given in full, without being measured, without any accountability. It's an absolutely immense reward for an act of faith that is so central to our belief. So let's circle back to this final question. When we really get it, when we understand that tests are guaranteed, that our response is everything, and that patience unlocks this unlimited reward, the whole equation just flips, doesn't it? A hardship is no longer just something to get through, it's a divinely sent chance to grow, to be rewarded, and to get closer to God.